Hi everybody, it's Catherine from In the Pink Designs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, so the supplies that I use you can purchase from Stampin' Up through me at the address at the top of the screen. It's also linked below. Now I'm a little bit behind today. I had my gallbladder taken out on Friday and I was feeling a little bit sore, but I managed to get something out for today. Hopefully I will again tomorrow. But today's project is a little tote, and it holds a bunch. It measures 3.5 by 1.5 by 4 1/4 up to the top. All right, and you just untie it, and it holds a bunch of things. We have a Twix, a Hershey bar, a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, and Tic Tacs. So you could probably fit even a little bit more if you let this pop up a little bit. So it fits a whole bunch of little candies and treats. You could fit some of the little rubber fingers and stuff like they sell for that. I used the Scary Cute stamp set for the 3 little trick-or-treater guys and Halloween Happiness stamps sentiment. I used the Fabulous Frames dies for this frame around here. I cut one out of basic white with the sentiment, with the image, and one out of basic black. All right, and then I used this die from Scary Silhouettes for the sentiment on the top. Alrighty, I also used some of the black and white designs designer series paper, and on the sides I used the gorgeous grape, which is from the Brights 6x6 DSP. Alrighty, so that's the lowdown on the project. This is my host code for August. If you're going to spend anything under 150, please put this in and I will send you a little something. I'm also offering till the end of August, which is Celebration. I'm offering a free pack of 6x6 Celebrate Everything Hosted Designer Series paper. You get 48 sheets, and if you spend $50 or more, I will send this to you just from me, because I know sometimes it's hard to spend the $150 to be able to purchase this. Okay. So, what we need for our project today is a piece of basic black that is 10.5 by 5 3/4, a scrap of basic white to do the stamping and cut the frame out of, a scrap of Highland Heather for the sentiment. We need 2 pieces of the black and white designs DSP that are 3 1/4 by 2.5, 2 pieces that are 3 1/4 by 1 1/4, and 2 pieces of the Brights Gorgeous Grape DSP that are 1 1/4 by 2.5. Okay, and then this is just the extra frame that I cut out of basic black using the Fabulous Frames dies. I kept the inside because I glued the white right on top and it just gave it a little bit of a lift. Okay, so I glued these 2 on first and then the white. Okay. So, let's get my Simply Scored. Alright. And we're going to start on the 10.5 inch side, and we're going to score at 1/2, 4, 5.5, and 9. And then we're going to turn it to the 5 3/4 inch side, and we're going to score at 1.5 and at 4 1/4. Now I'm just going to fold and burnish everything. Little bits of the glitter on here. Okay, so your skinniest rectangle is on the left hand side, and there is an 1 1/4 strip on the top and the bottom. Okay, and this is what we're going to do. All right. So we're going to start on the left hand side. We're going to go to the first score line, cut it straight to the first score line, and then wedge up into that piece of skinny rectangle. Okay, go to the next score line, cut it straight to the first score line, next score line, straight to the first score line, and then wedge on each side of the square. Okay, go to the next score line, cut it straight to the first score line, and wedge each side of the square here. Okay, so that is the bottom part, and we got rid of that there. All right, then we're going to turn it so that what's left of the skinny rectangle is on the right hand side. We're going to start over on the left, go to the first score line, cut it to the first score line, wedge a little bit out of each side of the square. I'm going to go to the next score line, cut it straight to the first score line, next one straight to the first score line, and wedge each side of the square here. And then we're going to go to the next score line. We're going to cut it to the first score line and then wedge up into that skinny rectangle there. Okay, and this is what your cardstock should look like after you're done cutting it, scoring it, and cutting it. I'm going to take some tear and tape and I'm going to put it on what's left of the skinny rectangle close to the score line. I'm going to use my take your pick tool to get the backing off. I'll roll back any extra glue. Okay, flip the whole box over, flip the side with the tape and the other side to meet it. Now this is our back. So we're going to put the sides down and the back, and this is where we're going to put more tear and tape. Has to be one at the edge, and I'm going to put one in farther because it will carry a bunch of things which could get heavy. Okay, and then just make sure it's nicely square. Just give it a press inside. Okay. All right, that's our back. Okay, now we're going to bring in our DSP. All right, so the two pieces that are 3 1/4 by 2 1/2 go on the front and the back big panels. The two pieces of this black and white designs that are 3 1/4 by 1 1/4 go on the top flaps. And the two pieces of the gorgeous Grape DSP, Brights DSP, that are 1 1/4 by 2 1/2 go on the sides. And I'm going to put them all on with liquid glue. Okay, now we're just going to let that dry for a minute. All right, so we need our piece of basic white and our piece of Highland Heather, and we're going to be using this, the 3 Trick-or-Treaters image from Scary Cute, and some gorgeous Grape Ink. I'm just going to shoot right for the middle. Great. Okay, and then on the gorgeous grape, the Highland Heather, we're going to use Tuxedo Black Ink. And this is also from Scary Cute, Halloween Happiness. Okay. And for from Fabulous Frames, I'm going to cut this out just like that die. And from Scary Silhouettes dies, I'll use this for the sentiment. And I'm going to put the sentiment towards the back so I can punch a little hole on the left. All right, and I'll be right back. All right, so now we just need the inside of the white, and we have the outside and the middle of the black here. And we're just going to put it just like that when we put it on the box. All right, so, okay, to attach this, I'm going to use dimensional. So what we're going to do is find the back of our frame and our black piece like this, and make sure that they're in there nice and snug right where they should be. And then I'm going to put dimensionals all around the 4 sides of the oval, and then just one in the middle to give it a little puff in the middle. Take off the backings. Okay, and then we're just going to put it right on the top of our box like that. And then I'm going to pull in some liquid glue, and I'm going to put the white image right over the black. I just thought it looked a little better when it was popped up to have an extra piece supporting it, so that's why I did that. Okay, and there's our kids. All right, so now what we're going to do is cut our holes for our handle of the tote. This is a 7/8 inch circle punch. You don't need to have exactly this, but just a small hole punch. I'm going to guesstimate the middle and just pop it out, and then go on the back and guesstimate it. It's not going to touch together, so you don't have to get it exactly in the front and the back. All right, and now you would put your Tic Tacs, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, Hershey Bar, and Twixt in there just like that. So let's pretend we have another one. And then I'm going to get some of the glittered organdy ribbon. And I'm just going to put it in like that. Just tie a knot and it'll pull. Make sure your sides are in. It'll pull it down. I'm going to punch a little hole in the beginning of my sentiment, and I'm going to put it on the right side of our ribbon. And then I'm just going to tie a bow. And I want just keeping the tag to the right. You can, if you want it to the left, you have to stamp it the other way or cut it on the other side. But I wanted it on there, on the right. Okay, and then we just need a scissor. I'm just going to cut it. I left a decent amount on there, so if they want to re-tie it, it won't be so hard. Okay, and that was glittered organdy ribbon. And then for the final touch, I'm going to use some glossy dots in the Gorgeous Grape. And I'm going to put a tall one, a big one, about right there. A medium one right there, and a small one down a little bit. And that's it. Quick and easy one today, as I was feeling a little bit under the weather. All right, so if you have any questions, my email is below. I would love it if you would subscribe and hit the like button, and if you need any supplies, the link to my shop is below, and also the link to my blog that has all the measurements. Alrighty, I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.